with no technology. Who's the bright one? Who's going to last the ice age? Me or him? Here's some things. I watched a presentation this morning. All of a sudden the screen went blank and the presenter went, I think I'm going to have to regroup. Hang on. Whoops. It happens. It's not a slight against my fellow presenter. Stuff happens. My challenge is it just disabled them. So if your presentations are all based on platforms like mine, trust me, my IPness and I go everywhere. And I have all of my presentations on this thing. I do everything on this. Everything. If it powers down, the battery dies, it's a sunny day, I'm out of business. How about you? Let me give you a scenario. We're all used to the technology. This is how we base our business and stuff like this. And all of a sudden, Egypt falls on Ontario. And there's now a ban from the government that goes boo and shuts internet down. What are you going to do? I love that. Benjamin's idea is strictly survival, and this is where we are. Strictly survival. What are you going to do?
Basics.
Back to basics. Good. What are the basics? Printed listing presentation as a backup.
Go talk to people you know.
Go talk to people you know. Oh, talk to people. You mean belly to belly? You mean not over the computer? Oh my God, do we still do that? This is a very different connotation in the business world, but in the old school real estate days, 1982, belly to belly. Do you remember maybe everybody's too old to remember, there was this, my bad drawing here of an oval, and there was a company that was called STP. It was motor oil, you're right. And then when you bought it, the kids all got the stickers, and then you put them on stuff.
The race car guy.
Yeah, of course, they did it. The broker of record for me when I first started at 21 years old, in my office in 1982, handed me this sticker. And he put it on my cubicle, because we had cubicles then. We weren't cool enough to have offices. What's it mean? See the people. See the people. Wow. I have another quick little story for you. I do some coaching for real estate agents, and a couple of things that have come up at this point where people say, can you come and actually evaluate my listing presentation? Hell yeah. I'll steal all your shit, no problem. I'm not proud, folks. R&D to me is, rip off and duplicate. That's strictly how it goes. That's why you're here. Okay? But here it is. This one gal, she's great. So now I have her and I have a colleague of hers that are sitting there. And the first girl is all ready to go. She's very well organized. She's got all of her materials, and I gave them a subject to property to do an evaluation on, etc., so they could really make it real. The lady who was beside me was just vibrating. She had this huge, thick binder, tapping on it, etc., while the other person was doing their presentation. She would be next. And at the end of any kind of presentation like this, I always kind of ask some simple questions about, how do you think you did? What would you have done different? What would you have done better, etc., blah, blah, blah. Then I asked the other person observing what they thought, what their feelings were. And she was like, yeah, she was fine. Because she just wanted to get to her presentation. I could see it. I could feel it. So I'm like, can't even remember her name. She remembers mine because there's usually expletives before and after mine with her. Anyway, Mary. Okay, Mary, it's your turn. And I put my hand on her binder and kind of go, we won't need this. Just tell me why I should list with you. What do you think she did? Yeah. Yeah, she threw up right there. Muffin and coffee all over. It shut her down. She didn't have her armor. She didn't have her weapon. And she tanked. And then she was embarrassed. And then I was a dick. Well, I started off being a dick, but I got worse. So, what's my point to this? Anybody got an idea? What's the point? Yeah.
Can you truly express yourself without having to leverage yourself through technology?
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna write that down.
R&D, you said.
Yes. Leverage yourself. What else is my point?
I think a lot of it is just don't lose yourself. Who are you?
I
Don't
love
lose
it.
yourself
Who are you?
with all the other gadgets that are accessories, not just exactly. It's not a fad.
Accessories. You know, many times today I've heard the word tools, sales tools, aids, etc. I haven't heard the word accessory. What's the difference between a tool and an accessory? Yeah, there's a difference. So what's missing? What's the magic ingredient? And this is my summary, folks. What's the magic ingredient? What's missing from 1982 to 2011? What's missing in the story? What is the number one skill you should have as a realtor?
Persistence.
I love it. I've heard communication. Sorry, Benjamin.
I said persistence.
Yes, communication.
People skills.
Whoa, I can't write that fast.
Reading your client.
Persistence. Sorry, keep yelling them, guys.
Knowledge.
Your client.
Knowledge. What else?
People skills.
People skills.
Read your client.
Read the client.
Active listening.
Oh, I like listening.
Active listening. Well, it's sort of like active listening.
All my iPad users. Is there an app for that? Here is just a thought that I can leave you with, and I thank you for your time. It's this. Okay, anybody got Comfree in their neighborhood? Okay. All right. Anybody have for sale by owners, other property guys, that kind of situation? Yeah. Okay. So they think they figured out our secret, right? Well, if we have access to MLS, that's all we need. Because MLS sells houses, realtors don't. Okay. So they have MLS now. And they're striving hard to get it, or more of it. Okay. And then I have some friends of mine on Facebook at this point, because I do use stuff like that, who kind of go, open houses are bad. And then I have some Facebook friends that kind of go, frig it, I'm too busy. I will fax or email all my offers. Can you see that, what I drew on the bottom? If we can just put it online, if open houses are bad, if we can just fax documents by electronic means, fax or email, that personal touch starts to go away. And people have a value for personal touch. How many people here just pump their own gas? Remember the day back in the 50s when 4 guys would come out? Can you imagine having this conversation with them in the 50s, kind of going, you know, one day the guy's going to get out of his car and he's going to pump his own gas. Not going to ever happen. So what's going to go down? What's next? If they can kind of put it on their own website, They can do their own open house. They can do their own offer. Why the hell do I need you? Why do I need you? Here is something that I was not taught. I can't spell, so please bear with me. Korea, Aria, Rico. Who's teaching me full-on, hardcore, full contact negotiation? Nobody. My broker, my manager, my peer group, my team leader. Who's teaching me negotiation? Nobody. What am I going to need to be able to have in my back pocket to sell and survive as a real estate agent? Especially if the market changes. If we really are at that, where I go back here and we're at 2011 and the market's at the very top and it peaks and it drops just like it did in 1989, what do I got? An iPad? On time payments from Staples? That I really assured my spouse that I needed? Because if I just have this, we will get one more deal. One deal pays for it, honey. Do you get my point? Does it make sense? Cool, now I can do this. I wrote this book, okay? It's simple about being in the business of being in business and real estate, right? So it's not kind of sales techniques, it's not marketing, etc. It's about being in business. There is an MP3 CD of it, it's $15. The book's $20 at this point in time. You'd be doing me a big favor by buying one because you need to read it. Here's the funny thing about it. One day, coming up really soon, because that market is really that high, this will be the hottest seller, the hottest selling book that you'll ever buy. And the reason why is because right now when I talk to people about their business, they kind of go, the sky isn't falling, this is Ontario. We're making money hand over fist. I just leased the Beamer. Good for you. But there'll come a day, we've seen 30 years of it. And this is what happens. Do you guys know what a tsunami is? Tsunami, right? Comes in, it's like, ooh, look at that water at our feet. How fast does the water get here? When did the market fall out for us? Yeah. It literally, the bottom fell. The tap turned off, and we were unemployed. So what do you got as a skill? Take this. Not this. This will make you money. This is the accessory. Thank you.